to the channel. How is everybody doing? I know y'all probably recognize this. This is a Dodge Ram 1500, okay? 2006 model, I think. Now, the problem is, or the complaint is, instead of telling you, I'll just show you. All right, as you can see right there, the ABS and the brake light on. I do not have the emergency brake on. As you can also see, it has 128,000 miles. Now, there's a lot of things that monitors the braking system, the ABS system. This car has a TIPM on it. I think the TIPM, that's the first year the TIPM came out. I think the TIPM monitors things like the brake switch. All that can lead to a brake light coming on. The master cylinder, the ABS module, the ABS wheel speed sensor. A lot of things are monitored by the ABS module, okay? Which means the ABS module likely on the bus, which means we should be able to diagnose why the ABS light on, okay? So basically what I'm getting to is, what we need to do is find out exactly what fault code was set. A lot of things can turn this ABS light on, people. So what I'm gonna do is plug in my scan tool and go to my computer and find out exactly what fault codes were stored. Could be something simple like a wheel speed sensor. As you know, all four wheels are monitored. The tire rotation, how fast the wheel is turning. All four wheels has to be monitored. ABS, man, basically stands for analog brake system. We're trying to keep the wheels from locking up during a skid, okay? As you know, the stopping distance can be improved if your wheels are not skidding. So what happens if you slam on the brakes? Modulated pressure will try, doesn't always work that way, but it will try to prevent the wheels from skidding. In other words, it will just modulate the brakes on off, on off, on off, on off, on off real quickly, and your stopping distance will become shorter as opposed to just skidding. You will continue to roll a long distance if you skid all the way into a stop, as opposed to being modulated, you know, ABS activated into a stop. Okay, now I've rambled long enough. Let me plug my scan tool in, and I don't know what code. I don't know if the problem is a wheel speed sensor. Like I say, it could be, but we won't know until we find out, guys. So no sense in wasting time, man. Let me plug my scan tool, head over to the computer. I'm gonna go to a little break right quick, and when I get back, we're gonna be plugged in into the network, and we're gonna find out exactly why this light on. All right, stay with me. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Back to this truck. We have says a 5.7 Hemi in it. All right. Now here's the brake master cylinder that's has the level sensor attached to it. All right. So what I ended up doing was unplugging this and going back to my voltage to verify if there was any change. There was, so that tells me that there's some erratic signal coming from this brake level sensor. Now, what you need to understand is you can't just replace this. You have to get a complete master cylinder. All right, you cannot just replace the brake level sensor. So what I ended up doing was going to the parts department. Here's the tip. If you had problem with the wiring, basically just do a wiggle test, man, of the wiring. Anytime you got an intermittent problem, you likely have a wiring problem. But I know a history of these just simply going bad. We end up replacing this and be okay, but I wanted to go through the proper diagnosis with you. So what I ended up doing was going to the parts department. I have a new master cylinder that I'm about to install. All right, and it is a OEM Mopar master cylinder. All right, so as you can see, it is equipped with a new level sensor. All right, you cannot get these separate. So what I'm gonna simply end up doing is just replacing this, bleeding the hydraulic system, and doing a retest and going from there. Now this is fairly easy, replacing the master cylinder, held on by 2 bolts, okay, and 2 lines, drain your fluid. Like I say, I highly suggest that you bleed the brake system when you're done, but some people get away with not doing it. They'll bleed the master cylinder, but not the actual brake cylinder. Not sure, man, whatever works for you, but I'm personally gonna bleed the master cylinder. All right, so that's where we at, guys. Let me get to replacing this, and thanks for watching, man. I got work to do, and I will see y'all on the next video.
has to come out this way. So we're going to wipe this all out. Now when you flip it over, you're going to see the bar. That's the top part of the bearing is missing. So when you put the first